gray on any of our plates. What do we do? Ah, chopped. Here to produce plates to remember, a new group of skilled chefs. First here's Chef Arthur Doolin.
Yeah, y'all niggas is funny.
I'm a sous chef at Latron in Portland, Oregon. Growing up in South Central LA, there was a lot of gang violence. Cooking kept me out the streets.
Nigga left.
When I'm cooking, it's a meditation for me. I'm calm, but the quiet ones are the ones you gotta watch out for.
Next up,
Not call, it's just call.
Chavez.
Not cocky anymore.
Chef at the Saigon in Baltimore, Maryland. I've been cooking for Michelin star restaurants for the past 10 years of my life. I think that's going to give me an advantage. This is our traditional Peking duck. My motto in life is to do something and be somebody. And I'm going to be the chop champ.
And then we have Chef Emily Mingrone.
I'm the chef owner of Tavern on State in New Haven, Connecticut. Growing up, I apprenticed at a butcher shop, and my restaurant is highly focused on nose-to-tail butchery with a farm-to-table approach. I'm a beast in the kitchen. I'm not screwing around.
And finally, let's meet Chef Jose Soto.
I'm the executive chef of PC Smokehouse in Brooklyn, New York. Award-winning briskets. We serve kosher barbecue, juicy and delicious. I've been cooking in restaurants for the past 30 years, so I'm very well-rounded. I'm coming to smoke the competition.
Hello, chefs.
Hey, Dad.
Does this seem real yet?
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be. Yes, it is. You
They're
are
still
here
winning, though.
for our High on the Hog competition. Awesome. Carnivorously minded chefs are positively wild about pork, present company included, I hope.
Yes, absolutely.
Terrific, because every basket will be filled with a generous amount of porky goodness. All right, no more waiting.
How you make that, bro? The fuck?
Open them up.
Wow. Oh, nice.
If he make that, he's crazy.
And you'll be working with Iberico Secreto.
I would have made that.
I love Iberico. It's kind of like the Wagyu of pork.
He has beautiful marbling.
Iberico Lagrimas.
Having to work with 2 different Iberico products.
I get.
It's going to be hard.
Half sour pickles and pork blood ice cream.
Set.
20 minutes for the appetizer round. Clock starts now.
This Iberico Secreto is everything you want in pork. If I just cook this, very simple, they will be delicious. I'm making an Iberico pork taco with a half sour pickle relish. I'm from LA. Tacos is life. I grew up eating street tacos. My mom made tacos at home. I'm the professional chef, but my mom can give me a run for my money. So I want to win this $10,000 to open up a restaurant for my mom and I to run together.
This is quite a basket. I mean, we've got so much pork going on in here, which I'm pretty excited about.
And both of these cuts are from the Iberico pig, which has a wonderful life of eating acorns, roaming around in the forest.
Iberico Secreto is my favorite cut of all meats. And it's expensive, right? It's a bit expensive. It comes from the shoulder area. It's like a secret butcher's cut. Secreto, secret, right? From the Iberian region of Spain. So the Iberico Lagrimas, it's between
I don't think he could play his own.
You just get that nice long, very fatty piece. Lacrima in Spanish means tear.
No.
So I guess it's so good when you eat it, you start crying.
Maybe. Although I worked at a butcher shop for many years, I never had the privilege of working with Iberico. But this beautiful fatty pork, it sort of reminds me of a banh mi. So I think I'm going to go Asian. I'm going to make a banh mi style Iberico sandwich. So I sliced Iberico Lagrimas and the Iberico Secreto, throw it in my bowl with some red curry paste and a little bit of salt. I want to cook both of the meats together because I just don't have enough time in 20 minutes to do 2 applications. I'm going to show these judges that I'm the queen of pork. How you guys feeling?
Feel great. Even though I cook at a kosher restaurant, I do know my way around pork. I'm going to make it a poivre, Iberico pork, with an Asian Napa cabbage salad. The classic poivre seasoning is a cracked black pepper, but I'm going to take it up a notch. Any spices that are around, they're going in. My competitors should be scared of me and coming to get them.
Judges, your typical American will eat 28 whole pigs in their lifetime. Your typical American chef? I don't know, 700. Quadruple that, easy. Oh, look at the right on the head of pork.
Oh my God, it's
Tattoo on the
classic.
knuckle. Oh, Joey's got a great big tattoo.
When I hear pork, I'm excited because I know I'm in my element. It's something I use all the time. So even though there's a lot of pork in this basket, I'm bringing chorizo. I'm making a Iberico and Rosé salad with a chorizo vinaigrette. I taste the pork blood ice cream, and it definitely has sweetness. So I figured it'd be great in the chorizo vinaigrette. I take the half sour pickles, and I dice them up and I throw them in with the chorizo. My father always told me, "What are you doing today to be better than everybody else?" I definitely think I've been the guy to beat this competition.
This ice cream, it's basically vanilla ice cream with warm pig's blood folded into it. So it is cooked a little bit.
As a butcher, you see and experiment with tons of crazy things that you wouldn't expect. Pork blood ice cream is something I've actually seen before. In order to make a tasty sauce that fits in with my banh mi, I melt down my pork blood ice cream. I add some coconut milk, shallot, and lime zest. The typical banh mi has pate, and I want this to be my fatty, creamy component that's going to soak into the bread and make it easier to eat.
I love refried bean on a taco. Usually when you make refried bean, you use pork fat. And so I figured, why not use pork blood? Delicious.
I'm tuning my son Tyreek
I
real
take my
quick.
beans off the heat and I blend them in a blender. I dice up the half sour pickles, jalapeno, and red pepper to go with it.
Just less than 5 minutes left.
I realized that I'm running out of time, so I have to...
Yo, he calm, Tyreek? Oh, he's doing the same shit you was doing.
I figured that it will work really well as a chicharron.
Nigga, mellow.
Time is running away, and I think it's gonna cook very fast.
Yo, LaMelo boy.
I fried it up.
88?
Crispy bits.
Oh.
I get them out of the fryer, and I leave them on the back burner.
I want the lagermans to be like burnt ends, like brisket. I'm going to blow the judges away with this dish. I'm throwing a lot into the salad. I want it to have different textures. I added broccoli, oranges, jalapenos, and the half sour pickles. Just slice them, throw them in the salad. It will be a great vinegary component. I'm going to melt down the pork blood ice cream, and I'm going to coat my pepper cabbage with it. The secreto, I want to cook it to medium rare, so I put it on a high heat pan.
Guys, Jose's got a pan.
Yo, Carl, make it interesting, my nigga.
All those spices. Jose.
Cooking with high heat is actually a technique.
You heard, nigga?
If you're gonna sear the meat like Jose's doing, you have to be careful.
Make it interesting.
There's so many spices on it. I wonder if it might be too much.
My secreto is getting
What?
burnt because all the spices I have on it.
I didn't smell it from here.
The pressure is mounting. I gotta figure out what to do with this fast.
I got meat on.
Let's talk about family. The streaming home for the whole family, plus so much more. Discovery Plus. Stream together for just $4.99.
Yo,
She's got game. She's got game. And...
I don't be grinning like that with your mom player.
A lot of cereal. Collect digital tune tokens with Big T products to get gear. See Space Jam: A New Legacy, July 16th.
There you go.
Little ass nigga.
This about the bitch.
Yo, DP, that nigga dry.
Just direct your feet on the sunny side of the street.
Why should your business go hybrid? When you're a chef running a kitchen, things can change quickly. The Branzino isn't selling, the ribeye selling out. My floor manager's wife just went into labor. Getting things prepped beforehand can help you put out fires. Literally, that's what a hybrid cloud approach with IBM can do for your business. It lets you automate processes across all of your clouds to get ahead of problems and earn rave reviews.
9% APR financing on the 2021 ES350.
Experience financing at your Lexus dealer. Off-deep woods provides long-lasting mosquito protection, so you can focus on what means the most. Off. S.C. Johnson.
It's an important time to save. With Priceline, you can get up to 60% off amazing hotels. And when you get a big deal, you feel like a big deal.
Priceline. Every trip is a big deal.
Wow, Luca. That was hard to watch.
Come on.
Streaming soon on Disney Plus.
We do not go anywhere near the surface.
Everything good is above the surface. The sky, clouds, the sun. Whoa, don't look at it. Just kidding. Definitely look at it.
Disney and Pixar's Luca. Rated PG.
I guess that's how humans swim?
Ugh, that's embarrassing.
Streaming soon on Disney Plus.
Because all the spices I have on the secreto, I'm worried it's gonna get burnt. So I take my secreto from
Bro, what the
and I'm
fuck?
gonna finish it in the oven. I'm hoping to get it cooked to medium rare and hopefully it won't burn.
3 minutes left. Let's go.
Let's run toast.
My sandwich is coming together, but it needs
Yo,
a little bit
Pete.
of freshness. The half-sour pickles are a great vehicle for that.
Yo, you used to play this
Up
shit
with igga relish with a little bit of jalapeno,
all the time or some
cherry
shit?
vinegar, and a little cranberry paste.
You used to play this shit all the time?
I'm feeling really good right now. Nice. I have all my elements ready on my taco, and I hop it with my half sour pickle relish and some queso fresco.
My secreto is not burnt, it's cooked beautifully. I slice it on top of the salad and put all the crispy lágrimas all around.
120, and Joey doesn't have anything on his plate.
Gotta get everything on that plate.
Yes, chef. I'll wait till the last minute to start plating because I want to make sure my flavors are there and make sure everything's on point.
You don't have it on the plate, we can't taste it.
I made a white bean and poblano puree as the sauce of the plate, and I build a salad on top of it.
40 seconds.
I pull the secret off the cast iron, and I go straight to the plate with it.
Well, there's some mad plating going on right now.
All right, the appetizer round is winding down. Chef.
Come on, Joey, finish
10,
up.
9, 8, 7. You gotta go, you gotta
6,
go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
I feel really confident with this banh mi sandwich. I do have a lot of great flavors.
I'm looking at my plate, and I realized I forgot a basket ingredient. My Iberico lágrimas. Like, this is it for me. I feel like a dead man walking.
Chefs, you have arrived at the chopping block. That first basket you got, Iberico Secreto, Iberico Lágrimas, half-sour pickles, and pork blood ice cream. Chef Arthur.
So I made for
That's
you guys
computer
a
defense,
taco
bro.
and a pork blood, refried black bean with sour pickle salsa and Iberico chicharron.
I think it was a great appetizer. Great way to start. I think you cooked the
Oh, who the
secretos
fuck
perfectly.
is that?
To put the pork blood ice
is
cream with the black bean, create like a refried bean was a great idea.
Like, he keep inviting me to fucking wasn't.
With this blood ice cream and the black bean, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I feel like you really showcased this basket.
I just want more spice in there. Some cayenne or jalapeno, more.
I agree. And maybe cilantro, some herbs. But it's an impressive thing to pull off in 20 minutes.
Thank you very much.
What would a chopped win mean to you, Chef?
A chopped one would be huge for me. Growing up, there was a lot of gang violence. I was able to avoid that, cooking things with my mom, and if I win, I will try to open up our own restaurant as a team. She put a lot of her dreams to the side, and I would like to actually put hers first this time.
That's great.
Right on. That's awesome. Thank you, Chef Arthur. Next up, Chef Emily. Please tell us about your dish.
Chefs, today I prepared for you a Iberico pork banh mi with a pork blood coconut cream and a pickled jalapeno relish. I have quite a bit of experience with whole animal butchery. I formerly was a butcher.
So how did you do the two different meats? It's hard to tell them apart.
Yeah, so I ended up actually just throwing them in the same pan. I wanted to treat them differently, but in lieu of time, I just thought it was best to combine them.
You should have cooked the secreto separately and kept it more medium rare, and then you could have layered that more deeply cooked lagrimas on top of it. You would have had some contrast there. It does all kind of taste one note, but the half sour pickled relish, it's a nice sharp counterpoint to sort of all that fat that you have going on.
I'm glad you didn't restrain yourself with flavor because it's so bold and has a really great spice to it.
Thank you, Chef Emily. Chef Jose, please tell us about your appetizer.
So I made here before you a poivre secreto with a Asian napa cabbage slaw with a pork blood ice cream sauce.
I love this addition of coriander to your peppercorn mix. There's so much flavor there. It's got a nice earthiness to it.
I just think that the secreto is just a little inconsistently cooked and cut, but the flavor's really good. When I put it all together, this dish, there's so much going on in it. You have apples, you have oranges, you have cabbage, all sorts of herbs. It's a little disjointed.
Yeah, absolutely right. I am reading this as way too many ingredients. You have pretty much every vegetable in the pantry, but I like the crunch. You have all those textures.
How'd you like that basket?
It was great. I haven't cooked pork since 2011 professionally. I've been doing kosher at an award-winning smokehouse. We won the title Brisket King this year.
We are in the presence of the Brisket King. Chef Jose, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next up, Chef Joey. What do we have, sir?
So I made an Iberico frisee salad with a blood chorizo vinaigrette. There's a little white bean and poblano puree.
There wasn't enough pork in the basket. You had to get the chorizo too?
Yeah, absolutely. I want some of that smoky flavor in that vinaigrette.
I would totally crush the rest of this if I didn't have to eat all these plates today. And where's the lagrimas?
Yo.
Yeah, they didn't make it on the plate.
Oh, okay.
Last time me and you played.
What happened?
So I was gonna finish the salad with it, and I just passed my mind.
I don't know. Oh, you talking about her, right?
Yeah, it sucks. I think that would have been a nice crispy element to the dish.
I don't remember that.
The piece of meat that we got is cooked nicely and seasoned properly. It's a real shame you didn't get the lagrimas on here, though, unfortunately.
I like what you did with the dressing. Obviously, I'm not getting blood ice cream forward, but I know it's in there.
Everything you did give us is very tasty.
Yo, play me next. Play me next.
The chorizo, I'm just wondering if you should have just focused on the lagrimas so that you might put it on the plate.
Do you think you should move on?
Absolutely.
Play
I
it.
think I showed that I can combine flavors really well. And
Yeah, bro, quit this shit. What the fuck?
The goal, do well enough in round one to stay in this game. We'll let you know shortly who has met the mark. Thank you, chefs.
Now you gotta quit. You gotta quit. It's over.
Boy, that was rough.
It's okay for me. I forgot to get one of the basket items on.
You did show some cooking techniques, though.
I want to get to the second just to
This
show
nigga
my-
quit every 5 seconds. Why do I even want to watch this shit?
I feel like it wasn't the best dish I've ever done, but the judges seem to think
Yeah.
that Jose's plate was a little bit crowded, so I think that won't work in my favor.
I feel strong about my flavors, but I am kicking myself for forgetting that Iberico lagrimas.
My son got the lead.
I know it's a huge deal.
Arby's doesn't have a beef with burgers. However, Arby's does have a beef with beef that hasn't been smoked for 13 hours over hickory. Arby's does have a beef with beef that doesn't end up on buns with crispy onions and smoked Gouda.
Alright, back on what's on?
Breads with cheddar and crispy bacon. So yeah, Arby's gets along really well with Arby's Smokehouse Brisket. Basically, BBFs. Brisket.
Alright, that was my bad. That was my bad. Alright?
We have the meats.
You heard?
Strip away what you don't want, like added sugars and preservatives, and what's left is the good stuff. The real fruit juices of naked. Stripped down to naked.
73% of all chickens are fed animal byproducts.
This is really wrong.
Nigga, you quit, nigga.
Purdue boys. No mystery ingredients.
sustainable byproducts, better chicken feed, great tasting chicken.
Hey, let me help you.
Hi, Mr. Charles. We made you dinner.
Oh, thank you.
It's about your food.
Yo, DV, send an invite. Send an invite. Yeah.
Easy to blend. Instant eraser open from me. Hyaluronic acid serum from L'Oreal. It's seriously hydrating.
On the Nuggets.
From skin.